Right, shower just been had, so I'm nice and clean. Absolutely beautiful day out there again. And no, I haven't boozed today, believe it or not. Well, for the sake of decency, I've got my robes back on. Just had a shower. It's a lovely, lovely hot day out there. Oh, probably 3 days of British summertime, please. No, I had been thinking a lot about what was said yesterday. I don't know, it's really strange. You kind of sort of understand their point of view, but equally you're just baffled at the same time. You sit and think and you just see all that anger, and I don't know what it is, it just seems sad. You sort of outstretch your hand, but what's the point, to be honest? People go their own way no matter what you do, so it's probably best to ignore. Apart from that, you were saying about the sorry about that. My phone decided to start going on me, so had to do with that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. I don't know. There's not a lot you can really do. You can only do so much. Yes. You know, you can only extend your hand. You can only be friendly. You know, and if you agree with their viewpoint, then obviously express that. Don't be frightened not to. That's what you were given vocal cords for. Apart from that, if not, just chill out, have a lager or Guinness, or have what I'm having at the moment. That's a JD and Coke. But all in all, just be yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. It really, really isn't worth it. And if somebody comes in with like backhanded comments, go, well, fuck you. It doesn't matter. I'm being myself. That's all that matters. That's what you've got to try and retrain your brain for. It's not always easy, but there you go. On the other question, yes, there's about, oh gosh, I've only got about 147, I must say, on there, but most are unlisted or private, basically. I'm moving a lot of stuff over from the website. I guess, yeah, not to be morbid, but legacy maybe. But then people, a lot of people won't even know, so doesn't really matter, does it? Well, it doesn't to me. Sorry if that sounds, I don't know. Can't think of the words to say about that. I'm going to pause for a minute, yeah? Right, back. No, as I was saying, I don't want to get too morbid on that point. I know some people do care and they do get a little bit upset, but I'm just being realistic, yeah? Best way to be. I'm still young. I don't care what anyone says. I'm still young. I'm still young at heart. And there you go. That's all that matters. No, yeah, I might keep pausing now and then because I keep jumping because I've got my hair sort of like pulled up and out the way. But obviously it's pretty wet and it's still dripping everywhere, so I'm getting water all down my back. And so if you suddenly hear me go or something stupid like that, you'll know why. I'm not having like a mini orgasm or anything like that in the background, you know. So I know some of you are pretty dirty minded, so And yeah, like I'm not, I can hear you say, ha ha, I know. Hey, I'm female, what can I say? I've got a sex drive, so nothing wrong in that. Let's get on to the other subject. Yeah, the two R's, rape and retard. They were brought up the other day, and yeah, I quite agree. I mean, it's completely wrong. I mean, in my other recordings, I've quite often stated that I've got a few bare bugs about people using those remarks. I mean, retard, I think that's basically drawn from the American side of things. I could be wrong, I'm just saying. But whenever I'm on the internet, if somebody puts a snarky comment to anybody saying, oh, that's retarded, you just want to slap them and just say, no, your comment is bad, you could have used different words. What's the call about using the word retard or retarded? It's not cool. It really isn't. It just shows you your lack of vocabulary. And, well, I mean, I could say more on that, as people know. I know a lot of disabled people, and it really hurts them. I mean, a lot of them, crikey, they've got a better sense of humour than a lot of people, do you know what I mean? And they just kind of laugh it off. But does it hurt them? Of course it does. I mean, I've had people in tears saying, yeah, I kind of laughed when I saw it, but you got the idiots making the retard comments, and it's just, when are they going to stop? And it's like, well, sadly, they're never going to stop doing that until they get out the Oxford dictionary, and start to look up new phrases to use, or better not still, perhaps not respond. That's probably those sort of people are better not responding to other people's videos or comment sections or anything on the net, wherever it may be, exactly. Right, second one, I suppose, sort of like personally to me, rape. It's not a word that you use to play around with, I don't think, anyway. I mean, I see stupid ass girls, and they've had a bit too much to drink, and a bloke starts chasing them, and they start, rape, oh, he's going to rape me, ugh. And they think it's an absolute joke, and you're sitting there thinking, you stupid bitch, grow up. You know, if you've ever been through rape, you know, it's like when you watch people watch or playing video games, and they say, oh my god, he's going to rape me. You're like, do you have to use that word so freely? You know, I know there is freedom of speech, but I think a lot of people have got brain cell problems. They've got the brain cells, they've got the brain, they've got to realise they're connected, and it's also connected to the thinking part of your brain, which goes back down to opening your mouth, putting your mouth into gear before you actually open your mouth. And, you know, I haven't got time for when you get the comments sort of like that. Crikey, I've got one of the best sense of humours going, but there's a thin line, you know, and the two R's, like retarded and rape, are two things that I can't stand to see used and abused, because, you know, it's just not something amusing. It might be to the people that just use it because they don't know any different, or they don't know any better, or they're young and stuff like that. Well, mind you, I'm not bloody old, am I? Before anyone starts prodding me and giving me a Zimmer frame. So no, I mean, that's the down on that, and no, don't respond to them. It really, really isn't worth it. They grow up in their own time, you know. Delayed growth cells, genes, whatever. But then a lot of people like to be in the in crowd, which is, I suppose, human nature. You can't deny that. I mean, we all want to fit in. That is human nature. I mean, we want to fit in, but sometimes people are so tight in their little niches, in their little cliques, in their little gangs, like all male gangs or girl gangs, or their own little personal little, I don't like the word gang, but you get what I'm coming from. And they won't let anyone else in, and that's sort of a bit narrow-minded, to put it mildly, because they're missing out on a lot, yeah? I mean, that's how you find new people, that's how you sort of communicate, that's how you move on, new windows open. But no, that's what we were speaking about the other day anyway, regarding that. So yeah, there's a lot of talk going around about that. There's I haven't as yet. I've got 2 government petitions up, which will probably reach 27,000 at the moment, and the other one's at 47. Yes, we've had comments in return, because you always do when you get past the 10,000 mark. But it's a lot of bullshit. They're not gonna do F all, not unless it involves money or they gain something out of it, basically. That's what it all boils down to. But it's still the way to go. You've still got to step up. There's no need to do things too vigilante. Again, you've got to sort of use your common sense, you know, cop the trigger, be ready, but use your brain, you know. There are so many ways and means of getting messages across. You get there eventually. I mean, a lot of my petitions as well I do on change.org, because that is just more worldwide, you know. Obviously, because the government one I'm talking about, that most of you know about, are, well, based in the UK, and half the time the UK government, that wasn't elected by the way, just ramble on and on and on and don't give a shit anyway about what we say. They pass their own motions, they do their own, well, that sounds good, doesn't it? Pass their own motions, yeah, pass their own shit. Sorry, not amusing, behave. No, but they just pass through basically what they want to pass through, whether it's for the people's good or not. I don't think they actually listen. There needs to be some kind of uprising, and it will happen. It might not happen in my lifetime, but there's a lot of disdain and a lot of unease and antsiness with us natives, let's put it like that. So yeah, going back on that, I mean, that sort of goes back to the anger point, I suppose. You could sort of draw it all back to there. Some people get so angry because they do not know what to do. They think screaming and shouting or violence is the way forward. It's not. You know, words are powerful, and if you use the correct way, and if all your avenues are walked down, worked through, you'll find a lot of openings that you can actually find. Well, they've listened, they've heard, you can get through. You've just got to use some common sense. And a lot of people, they just jump on the bandwagon like, yeah, we'll help. And they've got no intentions of helping. It's all very well saying the things. It's actually action. It's actually doing the things. Well, it is in my book. It's all very well for you to turn around and say, yeah, I'm on your side. Yeah, so easy. I could do that. I could write down, but then I'm old-fashioned. My word is my bond. If I back you up on something, I back you up, you know. And if I don't, I won't say bugger all, or I might say my piece. It just depends. Oh, hang on, phone's going again. Excuse me. Don't you love phones? They always keep going. Anyway, sorry. Back to subject. So yeah, that reverts back to anger, and some people just get really frustrated, and unfortunately they take their anger out verbally on others because they really don't know what to do. Now yes, I can see that point of view. We've all been there when we're sort of like ripping our hair out and we're bald, no disrespect. And yeah, before anybody says anything, I have been bald. And I had my cancer, I was bald, people know that. Anyway, that's another story. I don't really want to discuss that here. So yeah, before anyone comes in and goes, you said something horrible. No, I didn't. I'm trying to make humour of something. But some people sort of get really overly angry, and then they might make broadcasts or videos or something blaming everybody else, saying you're not doing anything, you're not doing, and it's like, whoa there, hold your horses, son or lass. How do you know what people are doing behind the scenes? A lot of us don't just sit on our asses. We don't just sort of like kiss ass, you know, and things like that. Most of us are our own people. I say most of us. There are a lot that sort of get dragged into certain groups and won't dare let go, you know, because they're frightened of being on their own, or they won't sort of, how can I put it, outreach? I suppose that's a fairly good word. But again, there you go. Yeah, anger. Not a nice thing to feel. But what can you do for these people? They've got to work it out their own ways, but I don't like to see it when it's bitterness and they're so angry at other people when they haven't got a clue about other people and what other people are actually doing. You know, there's a lot that aren't doing fuck all. But then there's a hell of a lot of us that are actually pulling our fingers out and doing a lot. So I think I'll close on that subject for today. And now is the time I need to really dry off, because you caught me unawares with that. So yeah, I really need to go and dry off